students, so in last class you are studying about this lesson, that is entrepreneurship, which is the last lesson of business studies in first part. So still 2 lessons are there of business studies, those are in second part. So first part, this is last lesson. See here, you studied about the role of entrepreneur, what is the meaning of entrepreneurship, who are entrepreneurs, and the importance of entrepreneurs, functions, characters. Understood? So today you shall study about self-employment opportunities for entrepreneur. Self-employment opportunities means self-employed people. Understood? Now in India, if you see, not only in India, in all the countries, if you see, all the people, they don't have the government jobs. Understood? Some work in private sectors, and few are there who work in a government sector, and few people are there who are self-employed, means they start their own business. Understood? They start their own business and they earn by themselves. That is called as self-employment. For example, you can take the shopkeepers. Understood? Shopkeepers, small mobile shops and all will be there, those, and restaurants, hotels, these all are self-employed people. They start their business by themselves. Understood? And earn their livelihood. So see here, the self-employed are backbone of a nation. Understood? They are also very important in the development of our country. The corner tea shop, mom and pop grocery, the scrap dealers and the internet cyber shops are some of the examples of self-employed entrepreneurs. I said you, scrap dealers means the old iron things, plastic things and all, they come and collect. Those are called as scrap dealers. Mom and pop grocery shops. Grocery shops means, you know, where all the kirana items and all we get. So mom and pop means in house only, one room they will where they will run the shop. One room they will be kept and there only they run the shop. And the entire family members, they work in the shop. Understood? As a shopkeeper, a particular shopkeeper will not be there. Sometimes when the mom is free, she will do that work of the shop. And sometimes the pop, and in this order, the entire family members, they work in that shop. So these are the some examples. Understood? Of entrepreneurship. Encouragement and help to compete in the global economy is very essential. The government of India has been at the forefront to promote private entrepreneurship by providing the right socio-economic ecosystem for innovation and development. So see here, the government of our India, what it is doing? It is helping our people to be self-employed. How? By giving them training, by giving them vocational trainings, by knowing their ability, their skills, and treating in those all things. Understood? For example, here to this Ainapur road, one this they have opened, see, where small 1 year or 2 year, only for so much years, training is given, vocational trainings, so that they can earn, like repairing or installation of the CCTV cameras, tailoring shops or training centers, these are the things which are being started by the government only. Understood? Why? Because the people, those who don't have degrees, understood, those who don't have any particular specialization, they can go, they can take the training there and they can start their self-employment, or they can start earn their livelihood. So government is also trying to help the people to earn by themselves by giving such trainings and all. The key to transforming an individual from being self-employed to become an entrepreneur is the establishment of a business organization. So see here, from individual, understood? See, for example, you can take that Ambani's. First he was a gunman in a petrol bunk. Understood? Later on, now he is so much rich, he is the richest person in India. So what he has done? He has earned a lot of money. So earlier, from first only, he is not a successful businessman. Earlier he faced a lot of problems to earn money. So here, from self-employed to become a successful businessman, whatever the period is there, self-employed to a successful entrepreneur, what all journey is there? Understood? If you look through that, you will know what all they have faced difficulties, how all they took the decisions, how all they maintained the qualities of leadership, organization, which all you studied in the characteristic of the entrepreneurs. That all things they put effort in their business, and those all things they apply, and then only what will happen? They will be successful. The Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, that is MSMEs, is the offbeat of the stage, as majority of new business entities are launched with minimum capital and maximum vision. So see here, the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises means the ministry, understood? The administration, the politicians or the government is helping such people. Micro means small businessman, understood? Very small, not only small, very small businessman, like a corner tea shop, small tea shop, and all the people will be having those are businessmen. So micro, small and medium, these people who run the businesses, they are helped by the government to make some innovations to encourage their business. Understood? Either it might be financially or by giving some training and all to enhance their quality. Understood? The government also is trying equally. As majority of new business entities are launched with minimum capital and maximum vision. Understood? How the people are there, the businessmen, minimum capital. Minimum capital means simply extra money they don't spend in investment and all. Minimum capital they should invest and they should earn more profit from that. Any individual interested in setting up a unit has a vast opportunity to select any form of business which he or she thinks feasible. For example, they can select business such as, understood? Any individual, understood? Any individual, he might be a degree, a well qualified person, or only a little he might be qualified, like high school and all, school education might have completed. So if he wants to establish any business, if he has some new ideas, innovations and all, at that time what will happen? It is likely for them to start their business, and with their new innovations, new qualities and all, they can increase their business. Understood? So you can select any kind of business you want. Plenty of businesses are there, like an internet shop, like internet shop, running a cyber shop, opening a grocery shop or tea shop or anything, whichever you see in the market. Understood? So those all businesses are there, from small to large businesses. So here they have given, for example, few businesses. See, advertising agencies. Understood? Agencies are there who give advertisement of products and all. Understood? So that you can start. That's also kind of business. Next, marketing consultancy. Now how the marketing is, what all products should be brought in and all, that all consultancy. Next, industrial consultancy, equipment rental and leasing. Understood? Any products are there. Understood? You can give those instruments, products, tools or vehicles on a rent. Next, photocopying centers. Xerox shops will be there, those also, photocopying centers. Industrial research and development. Understood? Industrial research and development, this is also kind of business. Industrial testing labs. Understood? What all are manufactured in the industries, those testing labs you can open. Internet browsing, setting up of cyber shop. Understood? Many cyber shops will be there now, where they will allow you to use internet and all. Next, installation and operation of cable and TV networks. Understood? When TV is on, if the cable is there, at that time you can see the channels. In the same way, installation and operation of TVs and cable. Next, creche and beauty parlors. Understood? Creche means small babysitting schools will be there now, nursery and all, where the children or the babies are taken care by some other ladies and all. Why? Because the parents, they will be working, they don't have time to take care of their children. So they will be busy in their work. So such babies, they are taken care by some other people. That is known as preach. Next is self-employment schemes. Finance is one of the essential requirements to start an enterprise. Without adequate funds, no business can be started or developed. To meet this requirement, the governments both at the central and state levels have to set up several financial institutions. These financial institutions help even small-scale industries by providing loans. So see here, first of all, if you want to start any business, finance is very important. Understood? Finance means investing money is very important. Based on that investment only, what you do? You try to purchase all the things and you try to appoint the laborers and all. So finance plays a very important role. So see here, if you have some money, a little bit money, you can take more money from the public. How? By selling the shares of those company or industries. Understood? This is one way. The other way is you can take the help of the government also. Few institutions are there which are under the government and they will help you regarding giving any skill, training, financial help, everything help they give you. So see here, to meet this requirement, the government both at the central and state levels have set up several financial institutions. These financial institutions help even small scale industries by providing loans. So see here, the government only has opened few financial institutions. Understood? Through these institutions, what happened? A person who want to be self-employed or who want to start an industry or company, he can take help from these financial institutions. So these are also at state and central level. So see here, some of the important financial institutions are. So these are the financial institutions which will help you to give capital or money to start the business. First one is Industrial Development Bank of India, that is IDBI. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, that is NABARD. Export and Import Bank, that is Exim Bank. Next, Small Industries Development Bank of India, that is SIDBI. Next, fifth one, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, that is IFCI. Next, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, ICICI. Industrial Reconstruction Bank of India. Next, and Commercial and Other Banks. Next, State Finance Corporations, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Unit Trust of India. So in these few banks are there which you might have already heard the names, and few might be new to you. So these are the banks which will help you financially to set up your business. Understood? So next is promotional organization. Understood? Now see here, to start a business, I have got the money. The government has helped me financially. I can take loan from these all banks. Now next is what? Promotional or how the marketing should be done of one particular product. Understood? If the product is to be sold, what you should do? You should give the advertisement of that product in the newspapers, and also on the TV advertisement should be given. The public should know about that product. At that time only they will make use of those products. Understood? So for this is called as promotional organizations. That is advertising of a product or brand. For this also the government helps. See here, government at state and central level has introduced many measures to support the growth and development of entrepreneurs. A number of promoting agencies and institutions have been set up to help emerging entrepreneurs to start especially small and medium scale enterprise. These institutions support the entrepreneurs in respect of training, financing and marketing. Some such institutions are. Understood? So here the government at state level and also at central level, they are helping the entrepreneurs, the businessmen, to start to promote their product. Understood how? By advertising, by giving those advertising in the newspaper and by giving advertising in the TV and all. Understood? How to enhance the marketing of that product. If the marketing is more, what will happen? There will be more demand for that product. Manufacturing will increase of that product. So see here, the government, it is helping at state and central level such entrepreneurs to promote their products. And so how? By giving them training, by giving financing and also helping in the marketing. So few such institutions are there which help the entrepreneurs. In that, see, first one is district industrial centers. Next is Small Industries Development Corporation Limited. Next, National Small Industries Corporation, NSIC. Next, Small Scale Industries Board, SSIB. Small Industries Service Institutions, SISI. Next, Industrial Estates, KIADB. Next, Khadi and Village Industries Corporation, that is KVIC. Next, Technical Consultancy Organization, that is TCO. Understood? So these are the promotional organizations. So these are all under the government. They help the entrepreneurs to enhance their product of financing, marketing and all. And also they give skill training and all regarding the business. Next, see here, profile of some successful entrepreneurs. Understood? Profile means how, what all business they did, who are they, few successful people or entrepreneurs in India. See here, many a times they have asked a question here, 1 or 2 marks, about the profile and their business. So it is important regarding your exam. So see here, first one is Pratap Reddy. Dr. Pratap Reddy, he developed India's first hospital group, the Apollo Hospitals. He revolutionized India's whole healthcare center, and today it has over 750 corporate hospitals on modern lines throughout the country. So in India, these Apollo hospitals are there now. It was actually started by Pratap Reddy. Understood? So here, first when he started the hospital, it was only one. But today now, how many hospitals are there? 750 hospitals are there throughout the country, means throughout India. The idea came to Dr. Reddy when a patient who could not make it to go to Texas in America for open heart surgery. Dr. Reddy created a medical infrastructure in India which made medical care more affordable and accessible for everyone. Understood? So this idea of starting these hospitals, how it came to the Pratap Reddy? When he came to know a patient who had suffered from heart surgery, understood? He was suffering and he had to go to Texas, but he could not go for the open heart surgery. He had to go to Texas in America for open heart surgery, but he could not go due to some problems. So what he did, this Pratap Reddy, he organized a medical infrastructure there only and he carried on the surgery. Why he did this all? Because it is more affordable. It is not more expensive. Everyone can afford for that. And accessible for everyone. Easily everyone can reach that. And so it is not possible for everyone to have heart surgery at America. Next is Naresh Goyal. So here how you have to remember Pratap Reddy. He started Apollo hospitals. Only so much you have to remember. Next, Naresh Goyal. This Naresh Goyal profile is been dropped from a syllabus, but still I will read it out. See, he is the founder and chairman of Jet Airways. It is India's largest domestic airlines under private sector. After his graduation, he worked in a travel business. By 1974, Goyal started to look after sales and marketing of foreign airlines in India. In 1917, Goyal took advantage of the open sky policy of Indian government and set up Jet Airways for operation of scheduled air service for domestic flights in India. So here, Naresh Goyal is the founder and chairman of Jet Airways. Understood? So it is a domestic airline, means which will run within our country under private sector. So how he started it? He started it in 1974. Understood? He started in 1974. He got that idea. When he was working as a manager in some other airline companies. So in 1917, Boeing took advantage of the open sky policy and started this policy which was started by the government. He took the opportunity of that and he started Jet Airways. So it is dropped from a syllabus, so don't give much importance to that. Next is Narayana Murthy. He is of Karnataka only, you might be knowing about him. He is one of the founders of Infosys Technologies Limited. In 1999, Infosys became the first Indian company to be listed as NASDAQ, that is National Association Securities Dealers Automated Quotations. So here it was started in 1999. So the founder of Infosys is Narayana Murthy. By 2006, the company employed over 50,000 people and had a turnover of $10 billion. So sorry, it's whatever I have read, it is last year's textbook. See here, in 2017, the company had employed over 2 lakh people and had a turnover of $10 billion. Understood? So see here, by 2017, 2 lakh people worked there, were employed there, and it has turnover, means the business economically how much it is, of $10 billion. Murthy has always believed that honesty, transparency and moral integrity are the key factors for the success. Understood? So Narayana Murthy always tell that honor, transparency means lying, doing something bad to others, like that, no. Understood? A clear-natured person. Understood? A well-being person who doesn't speak lies, who is very respectable, who is very honored, and has good moral characters. And more moral integrity are the key factors for the success. So he tells how he was successful. Because he had these characters, he was a successful businessman. Next is Verghese Kurren. He is the renowned Indian social entrepreneur and is the best known as the father of white revolution for his millions of liters of milk flow. So here he is called as the father of white revolution. Who? Verghese Kurren. Why? Revolution means what? Speeding up the activities known as a revolution. Why? Because due to that revolution only what happened? Million of liters of milk was produced. Kurren was the leading personality in agriculture and development program. Amul milk and milk product is the achievement of Kurren. So whatever advertise you see now, Amul milk and milk products like Amul ice creams, Amul cheese, buttermilk, whatever you see, those all the products of Amul. So he only had started it. He established a small scale Anand Milk Dairy in Kaira district in Gujarat state, and now it is the largest dairy development enterprise in India. So he had started a small dairy named Anand Milk Dairy, where in Kaira in Gujarat, but now it is a big enterprise. Next is Dhirubhai Ambani. You might be knowing about him also. He was the most enterprising Indian entrepreneur. His life journey is reminiscent of the rages to riches story. He is remembered as the one who rewrote Indian corporate history and built a truly global corporate group. Dhirubhai Ambani alias Dhiralal Hirachand Ambani's father was a school teacher. Understood? So see his picture, you can see. He is Dhirubhai Ambani. His father was a school teacher. So here's a story how it is from riches to riches. Riches means a person who can hardly get food to eat in a day. Understood? That way he had spent his life. Understood? He was spending his life. From then he started his journey to riches, means until he became a successful man, businessman, until he became economically powerful. he started working until then. So it is called as a reminiscent of the rages to riches story. Dhirubhai Ambani started his entrepreneurial career by selling bhajan books to pilgrims in Mount Girnar during the weekends. Understood? During the weekends, what he did? He sold books, bhajan books at Mount Girnar to the pilgrims, means the people who visited the sacred places. They are called as pilgrims. There he sold the books to them. After doing his matriculation at the age of 16, Dhirubhai moved to Aden in Africa. He worked there as a gas station attendant and as a clerk in an oil company. So here, after completion of his matriculation, that is after 10th SLC, 16 years when he completed, he went to Aden in Africa, and there he worked as a gunman. Means in petrol bunk, how the boys will be there now to let petrol and diesel. That way, in a gas station, there he worked as a gas attendant, and later on as a clerk in an oil company. Now see here, they have so many their own petrol pumps. Understood? But earlier he had worked as a clerk in that oil company only, ordinary person. He returned to India in 1958 with rupees 50,000 and set up a textile trading company. So that is after independence, that is in 1958, he returned to India. How much he had at that time money? When he returned back to India, he had only 50,000 rupees with him. And with the help of that money, he started his own textile company, and that is a cloth manufacturing company. His business had diversified into a core specialization in petrochemicals with additional interest in telecommunications, information technology, energy, power, retail textiles, infrastructure, services, capital markets and logistics. So first he had started a textile company, but later on he also had interest in different industries and all. So he started petrochemicals. Petrochemicals means now many petrol bunks are there, understood, which are called as Reliance. So they are, that all belong to them only. Geophones are there, understood. And next Reliance Marts are there, understood. So that all belong to them. So it is diversified. Means number of businesses are there which they have started. So those all they have mentioned here. The Reliance company which is started by him is one of the important entrepreneurship in the world. So Reliance company which belongs to Ambani's, it is one of the famous company in India, not only in India but throughout the world. Next, Azim Premji. He is the chairman of Wipro Technologies, which is one of the largest software companies in India. Understood? Wipro things are there, which we use. Understood? So that is also a largest software company. Software means in phones, mobile phones, laptops, whatever you use softwares, it is called as software. So that company, that is Wipro, that it belongs to Azim Premji. So it is also largest software company in India. When he was a student, Premji was summoned home due to the death of his father. During the annual general body meeting, one of the shareholders advised Premji to sell his shares. So see here, he was earlier at a boarding school, but after death of his father, he was brought back to his place. Understood? Where he had to complete his education there only. And during a annual meeting, board meeting, means the people who have shares and all, they and this Azim Premji, they all together when they discussed and they had a meeting. There a shareholder, what he said, you sell all shares, means you sell a company to some other. Why? Because you can't manage. This made Premji more determined to make his company a successful enterprise. By this what happened? Azim Premji took it as a challenge and he became a successful businessman. Today, Wipro Technologies is the largest independent research and development provider. Understood? So it is the largest development and research provider. Next, Ekta Kapoor. She is known as the Queen of Indian television sector. She is the creative director of telefilms, and was awarded the Best Entrepreneur of the Year 2001 by Ernest Young. At 19, she ventured into TV production. So, see, Ekta Kapoor, you might be knowing about her. She has produced many serials, films, and all. So, she is called as the Queen of Indian television. Understood? So, her production's name is Balaji Telefilms. So, in that name, she has directed many films, many serials. So, she received an award as Best Entrepreneur. In 2001, she had received that award. At an young age, she entered into this production. That is, her age at that time was 19 years only. Next, Kiran Majumdar Shah. She is the chairman and managing director of Biocon Limited. Understood? So, it is also a biotechnology company, and she is a chairman and also MD, that is managing director. The largest biotechnology company in India. So, Biocon is the largest biotechnology company. Means with the help of biology and technology, you manufacture many drugs, medicines, many things. She started Biocon in 1978 in a rented garage, faced with variety of problems and challenges. So, in a garage, first she had started this company, Biocon company, in 1978. At that time, she faced a lot of problems and challenges because biotechnology was a new field and a woman entrepreneur promoted such an enterprise was a very rare. She crossed all barriers and made Biocon a success. Understood? So, a woman being such a successful entrepreneur, it's very difficult. So, at early year when she started the business, she had to face a lot of problems. So, she faced those all problems, and so only she is now a successful chairman of Biocon company. So, here I end this chapter, that is entrepreneurship. In next video, I will tell about fill in the blanks, question answers, and next lesson I will start. Thank you, students.